Hello again, third intermediate students. Welcome back. We have another lesson from Upstream 3 titled Good and Bad News. It's a 3C on page 34 from the first semester. Now, at the end of this lesson, the student will be able to use present perfect tense in sentences, use present perfect continuous tense in sentences, and then write a letter to a pen friend about an event he or she has taken part in. We will head off with the present perfect simple tense. Now, read the sentences below, then classify them under the right heading. Are these good news or bad news? You have 2 minutes to do so. Let's check our answers together. The ozone layer has started to heal. This is definitely good news. Any waste paper you threw away 6 months ago has only just broken down. It's bad news to know that it takes more than 6 months for waste paper to break down. Some 2,000 species of Pacific Island birds have become extinct. Average temperatures have risen between 0.3 Celsius and 0.7 Celsius. Now, for good news, access to clean water for people in the third world has increased to 80% since the 1970s. Bald eagle populations have increased in the last 15 years. And to finish with the bad news, up to now, we have destroyed more than 20% of the Amazon rainforest. First, read these examples and try to find out the grammatical rule. You have 1 minute to read these examples. Now, all these sentences are in the present perfect simple tense. Can you notice what are the changes on these verbs? We'll examine more examples to find out the grammatical rule together. Now, here we have, this is the grammatical rule of the present perfect simple tense. We start off with a subject. We have he or she or it. These are singular subjects. We have I or they or we or you. Now, depending on the subject, you write has or have. So he or she or it takes has. I, they, we, you take have. Then you write the verb in the past participle tense. So the first example here, we have he. This is the singular subject. Has, since we have the subject he. Washed, this is the past participle tense of the verb wash, and then you'll finish your sentence. Now that we've established the structure of the rule, we'll see why or when we use it. Now, we have number one, it's used for an action that happened at an unstated time in the past. The emphasis here is on the action, so when it occurred is unimportant or unknown. We have the example here, she has cleaned her room. So she is the subject here. And we have has cleaned, this is the action, and we have her room. So we know that it happened in the past. The emphasis here is on the cleaning action, but we do not know when it happened. Now, the second use of this tense is for actions which started in the past but continues to the present, especially with stative verbs such as be, have, like, know, and etc. So we have the example here, he has been here for 2 hours. So he is the subject. We have has been, this is the present perfect simple tense, and we know that he's been here for 2 hours. So he was here, it started in the past, and he is still here. Then we have the third use for a recent completed action. When I say I have already read the book, I did that in the past, but only recently, so it's not a long time ago. Last one, we have personal experiences or changes. So when I say it has become hot these days, this is how I experience the situation. I feel that it's hot these days, so I use the present perfect simple tense. Now again, we have time expressions that we use with this tense. For example, already. Already is used in statements and in questions. So when I say I have already spoken to Ali, it means I did that prior to our conversation now, and this is a statement. And when I say have you finished eating already, I'm asking a question. Have you finished eating already? We use yet with the present perfect in questions and negations. So when I say, has Mary paid the bill yet? I'm asking, did she do the action before I'm talking or asking now? And when I say, they haven't come yet, this is negation. Other time expressions. We can use always, just, ever, never, so, far, today, this week, this month, this year, etc. How long, lately, recently, and still in negations. For example, we have never been to France. It means up until the time I'm speaking, I've never been to France. I never went. I have recently bought a CD player. So only recently I have bought a CD player. Now we've established the present perfect tense, its uses, and time expressions that we use with it. I think we're ready to start with task number 1. So here are sentences. Read them and rewrite them with the correct verb in the next column. So write them in the correct form in this column. You have 3 minutes to do that. Now let's check our answers together. I have just finished the movie. I have the subject I, so I write have. Just is my time expression here, and finished, which is the past participle of the verb finish. My grandmother has been to England. So you put the verb be in the past participle tense. I have already seen Peter.